Ultimate Self-Defense Championship. 6 dudes go to Australia, fight in the most insane series of challenges. Like, look at this. Look at this. First off, that's me. This is a bus that's moving and we're fighting on it. That's the first episode. The first one. Ultimate Self-Defense Championship happened in Australia, and I can tell you that because I have a boomerang to show for it. I have a boomerang and a t-shirt, which is my favorite t-shirt. I'll tell a story about this t-shirt in a little bit. Anyway, if you haven't watched the series yet, it's incredibly cool. It's 7 episodes of just dudes fighting dudes with knives, with buses, with literally anything you can think of.
I flew in 6 martial arts.
That's us. This is Ramsay Dewey, Matt Clinton, Icy Mike, Rokus. That'd be me, if you couldn't tell by my face, and Jeff Chan. Really quick, when we first heard that this was happening, Mike and I, who are good buddies, I don't talk to these other guys as much, but I like everybody here. We were like, there's no chance this is actually gonna happen. It's a long shot. You're gonna fly us to Australia? He did. Sure enough, he did. And I remember thinking, okay, what's my competition? That was like my 15th thought. This is how I felt competitively my odds were against all these guys before we started, anything happened. Ramsay, I remember thinking, bit of a wild card. He's big. He's probably strong. I don't know how fast he is, but like, he's got to have been training for a long time. I was like, this is a threat. Matt Clinton, I wasn't sure about because he trains at the place that we are going to be fighting at later, right? So I was like, I'm not sure. Mike, I know Mike like the back of my hand. And he would probably say the same thing about me. Rokus, I had no idea. I didn't think he was this tall, first off. Like, what in the heck? Also, I'm wearing flat shoes. Okay, the shoes that I'm wearing, they're barefoot shoes. So these guys probably have like an inch or 2 in the bottom of their feet. You boys got like nothing under there, so I'm a little bit taller than you'd think. But I remember seeing Rokus and thinking like, oh, he's actually more well-built than I would have guessed. I thought he'd be like kind of spindly, you know, like a Gumby-ish, kind of like a spindly little spider. He's pretty well built, but I remember still thinking like, I can take Rokus. No disrespect, Rokus, but I remember thinking like, yeah, no, okay, I got Rokus. I remember thinking I can take everybody here. And then there was Jeff. I remember thinking Jeff Chan is just gonna dump me on my head the whole time, and he can outstrike me. So I remember thinking that's gonna be tough. But I remember thinking like, everybody here is a wild card. But those were my honest thoughts right off the bat. They changed pretty quickly about everybody.
YouTubers from across the whole globe to compete against each other in 7 different self-defense challenges.
Fun fact, where I live is almost the exact opposite side of the globe from Australia.
In a state-of-the-art self-defense facility to see who is the ultimate self-defense champion. So,
welcome to the Ultimate Self-Defense Championship.
Thank you. That's what he said when I walked up. He said that, and then he lifted me in the air like this. I saw this exact thing. He just kind of said, welcome to the Ultimate Self-Defense Championship. And then he went like this, and I went, hey man, whoa, no, put me down. This is too high. And that's how it went. The Bus Bash. Episode 1. This is the headquarters. Fun little factoid here. Nobody's talked about this yet. We slept inside of this facility. This is where we hung out for the most part. This little common area. Like this area right here. This was Mike's room.
The morning started with 5 of the 6.
This was my room here. I don't know if you can see it or not. That's an air mattress. That's my little air mattress. And this room was like an office, I think. And this room was an MMA room. So there was an MMA cage along the wall and mats along the other side of the wall. And then like interlocking like a mat floors with an air mattress on top.
Participants waking up in the self-defense facility.
When he says waking up in the self-defense facility, we just lived there. Like Jeff's room was just to the right of this, and it looked just like this room, just with an air mattress in it, and Jeff's clothes everywhere. My clothes are everywhere too. I just want that to be clear.
I love your t-shirt.
My kids get annoyed when I wear it around the house.
Great shirt. Ramsay's got some good shirts.
We will be facing new challenges without knowing what they will be. And as soon as they are geared up, the next challenge will be revealed.
We do a round robin system where you do 1 round with everyone.
Okay, so then we get to the first challenge, and this isn't technically the first challenge. This is the first challenge of the second day. The first day was very easy. The second day was not as easy. Anyway, long story short, we put on all of our sparring gear. We're eager to kind of shake the rust off. We've all had long flights. We're like kind of nervous, everybody is. I've got my pants hiked up way too high. We're just ready to get after it. And then they pull up with a freaking bus.
Oh boy, we're sprung in that.
Oh my God. And then the bus showed up. I'm like, okay, I can just throw all kicks.
And I thought, but there's no way they're going to convince some professional bus driver.
Why are my pants so high? Seriously, why does this look like a diaper? I don't like Muay Thai shorts. Muay Thai shorts work for some people. They don't work for me. This is also way too small on Mike. Gabby's got cool pants on. I don't like this look on me. Just not a fan of Muay Thai shorts. Anyway, if you haven't figured it out yet, we fight on this bus. That's challenge number 1. And I'm not going to do everybody else's bouts. I'm just going to do mine because I was mentally present for mine. Like I was in them. Anyway, let's get to my first one.
Sensei Seth, lifelong karate practitioner and black belt, cross-trained in pretty much
6 foot, 235, age 28. Yeah, oh, that's right. I don't know why I've got little elf shoes on, but the rest of that's right.
I'm gonna land one head kick.
But this time, I didn't receive a spot as favorable as I was sat down in front.
Alright, I'm ready. Shoot. This guy knows how to kick.
Playing a slick little head kick there. And then I remember thinking, okay, let's just mush Rokas through. I wanted to squish him between these 2 seats and just have him like ooze through the seats as I punched him on the backside of the seats. No offense to you, Rokas. I'm sorry. That's just like, that was my game plan after I kicked him in the head. There's a good kick there. Then somebody says stop. I think it was Matt. Look at that. Who would you guess won this fight? Matt looks amazed. Jeff is having the time of his life. Mike is having the time of his life. Rokas is just so confused. Gabby's like, what just happened? I just beat up her Rocky. I think it's right. Anyway, I ended up winning that one. Landed a real slick head kick. If you want to see more information about that, I did a whole video on my main channel about all the head kicks that I threw throughout this process. I'm not gonna lie, they're pretty cool.
Yeah, kicks are hard in the bus. And this guy opens with a head kick.
I need to count with the bus movement, so I was like, no.
It lands pretty flush on the chin though, I'm not gonna lie to you.
That was movie worthy.
Although the judges saw it as a close fight, Sensei Seth got the V.
Got the V. Don't say Rokas, just say W. Don't say the V. Oh man. Oh, and then I go against Mike. So Mike, a good buddy of mine. If you haven't seen the series yet, go watch the series. I'm giving you like insider scoops, not letting you watch the whole thing with me. Oh, I remember thinking, oh yeah, let me get some space away from Mike. But you see this little ledge here? What I didn't realize is that I gave the shorter guy the high ground. Obi-Wan would be like so peeved right now.
Good job.
Hit him with some rabbit punches. He tries to flying triangle me. Anyway, long story short, bada bing, bada boom, a little bit of wrestling later. And I end up in an optimal position to punch him in the boys. Hit some nice elbows. I can see his legs are like kind of like tree branches that are just like... So in my head, I'm like, I gotta hit my gonads. Also, you can probably see how tired I look right here. I'm also as tired right now. We filmed all of these, or at least I did. I filmed all of my little talking head moments at like 1:30 to 2 in the morning. Funny enough, it is also 1:30 to 2 in the morning right now, but that's because I filmed this video 3 times already. Anyway, so if you see me and you're like, wow, Seth looks exhausted. It's because I was, man. I just was. I'm tired of touching my hair too. Hold on. Also, if you're wondering, Seth, why did it take you so long to do this video? Because I recorded 3 times. No, it's because I got married. I was on my honeymoon. I was gone for a full month, and you know, I was getting ringed up, boy. So that is what took me so long. Apologies for not having the reactions come out as they were live, but you know, you've seen all the footage by now. You can get the insider scoops from here. I'll tell you all the things nobody else told you. This is so good. That stupid belt.
Personally, beforehand, I was like, I don't care if I win, but then I saw...
I wanted to win the whole time. There wasn't a moment that I didn't want to win. Belt, no belt, I was taking home the prize of nothing or everything or whatever it was. I was going to win.
Next fight with Sensei Seth.
I wanted to look super cool, so as soon as the bell goes, I went. The back fist was a good idea. I should have thrown it harder, but I stand by it. The back fist was a smart move. And then the bus lurches. A little fun fact about this bus right after this. Oh, okay. So here, I was sure that I had this guillotine. I was sure, look at that vein popping. I was sure that I had it. And I remember lifting my hips up and thinking, man, this thing is deep. Just like 2 more seconds. Oh, he's gonna tap. I really thought he was gonna tap. And then I walked up to Ramsay afterwards, was like, did I almost get you with that? And he was like, no. And I was like, okay. But this bus lurching around like this, boom. Right? So this whole time, what this bus was doing was driving in a single parking lot doing figure eights the whole time. Just like a mad woman, this woman was driving. There was one point where 2 people were fighting. I don't remember who it was. And the fight ends and she stops the bus. I was like, oh, interesting. And then I see her get off the bus. And I was like, that's a little funky. Why is she getting off the bus? And I see her hop down the little bus steps. Doop, 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 doop. And she walks around to the left side of the bus. I see her. She picks up 2 things, has them in her hands, walks over to the bus, and screws 2 lug nuts back into the wheel with her hand. I don't know if you've ever seen a car, ever, but doing this doesn't work on almost any piece that is important on a moving vehicle. And at that point, I was like, am I in Australia on a bus fighting while it lurches around a university campus? Hey, I'm here though, you know what I mean? So, I was having a good time. Anyway.
This fight ended as another draw.
Let's be honest, that shouldn't have been a draw, right? I'm not going to complain about the rules and the outcomes and stuff like that. That shouldn't have been a draw. I think we can all agree on that. Story about this t-shirt. I got to Sydney with Mike and I walked into a shop and was like, that is the coolest shirt I've ever seen in my whole life, okay? However, the shirt was like 2 sizes too big or something. But I was downtown Sydney, so as you would assume, there's t-shirt shops literally everywhere. Anytime you go to any city, you walk into a shirt store, you find a shirt, I guarantee they have it in every other store there, right? That was the case for every other shirt. I walked around for an hour and a half looking for this specific shirt, and I didn't find it. I went back, bought the size that was 2 sizes too big. That's the one I'm wearing now. And it turns out it's like a stinking crop top. Look at this. Why is it so short, man? Nobody needs to see my unders. Anyway, here's just a little proof for you that I went to Australia, you know? Wouldn't be able to do that if I didn't go to Australia, would I? Mate.
The following fight was Cincy Seth versus Matt.
Matt and I go, he sneaks me with some real slick straights. And I think this is like, I don't remember which match number this is, but I remember thinking, okay, I'm gonna take his body and I'm gonna shove him in between the seats, but at the very bottom on the floor. Like I used to do to my sister when we were riding the car together in the back seat. I'm just gonna like mush her into the floor and then start to punch from there. And it worked. I was maybe thinking about it a little too much, like you could see specific seats that I had in mind. What's really funny is you could tell, I was like, oh, these seats won't do, there's people in them. Come back here with me, let's go to these seats, I like these better. Boom, and then from here, that's when I started to do my thing. And this is my favorite part of this whole fight right here. Look at his face. Matt Clinton, he's got that dog in him, right? Never been happier to be anywhere in his whole life than right here in this moment. That's the face of a happy man. Which finishes the bus battle, and this is the scoreboard. However, we don't know the scoreboard at this point. We don't get these numbers until much later. I think like 3 days later, we figure out what the scores were. And at that point, we didn't really remember anything. This is really day one, the first event. We were just like, oh yeah, we did fight on a bus, huh? When we finally figured these scores out. But this is not all that happens.
Surprise, making their way towards the participants that they didn't see coming.
And then Rokas hits you with a big old cliffhanger, but I'm too good to you guys, I'm not gonna do that to you.